art, honor, respect. All right. Let's go.
Yo, what up? We're actually about to go check an interview right now.
Give it up for Rustie, Lunice, Hudson, Mohawke, and Just Blaze. Make some noise for Lucky Me.
I'm Lunice from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. French Canadian, but I mean, I was born and raised in an English family, so I'm bilingual. It's not Montreal kind of thing. As a kid, I was not one of those people who were like, I was born to be a producer. Nah, not at all. I was not into music. I didn't understand music at that time when I was a kid, so only when I got into hip-hop, culture-wise, like b-boying, that's when I first got introduced into it. That's when I started to pay attention more to like tunes and everything into it. And I just started, like any kind of like new Motown or soul track I'd hear that I've never heard before, I'd be like, whoa, this is the best thing I've ever heard, right? But back then, when I was a kid, I'd be like, what's that all about? And then eventually I got into jazz and everything like that, and it just expands through the hip-hop culture. I mean, from b-boying, really getting to like the whole Motown soul, and at some point I was like, you know what? I don't want to hit the beat, like I don't want to hit the snare anymore, like doom, psh, doom, boom, psh, you know, hitting that snare. But I wanted to hear like the hi, I wanted to hit the hi-hat, you know, or the percussions, or anything out of the ordinary. I wanted to hit it, right, with my top rock kind of thing. So I've been really experimenting with that. And then one day I was like, what if I try to make my own music? Because I mean, rhythm-wise, I can do it. And why not? I remember starting out and being like, what should I use? Because I'm on the computer all the time, right? So I was like, I might as well make something on the computer. And so I heard that Night Wonder was on some Fruity Loop stuff. And so I tried it out, and ever since then, I've been in love with it, right? And everything I do now is still purely on Fruity Loops. I remember the day when I got sampling right, like how to sample a track right, and to put it on a loop, and then put the kicks and snares together, and then compose like the right like timing and everything. That moment there, I was like, man, this feels fun. I didn't feel like I'm gonna be a producer. No. It was like just pure feeling like, man, it feels so good to complete something like that. I've never felt like that before. And I do graffiti, I do breakdancing, I can't rap, but I beatbox, so it's the mic. From the whole subculture of hip hop and having an open mind, you just tend to expand into like a lot of things. Rap music onto an experimental kind of vibe is very open, I feel. We always want to hear what's new or something interesting. I mean, it's the same thing like in the 40s, right? Going deep, right? Into jazz and Miles Davis and Dizzy Gillespie and all those dudes. Just experimenting with the instruments that they used to use for marching bands, right? It's like the sax and the horns and everything. Same concept, but rap music. I always play like in a producer state of mind, right? More than a DJ state of mind. So whenever I play out shows, they're usually, the only difference from me and a DJ is that I don't do requests. They mostly book me for like, for playing my own stuff and like for how I mix my music.
Here we go.
When I'm there on stage in front of the people, it's like, all I can think of is I just want to perform the biggest I can for the people, you know? That's all I can think of. So it's always this showmanship kind of thing. So I've always kept it. And when I do shows, I just go around and just like improvise and just connect with the crowd, but it's just something natural that I've always been doing in the b-boy world, right? It's always been that kind of thing where I just get in front and like vibe with the crowd and can continue with my set and that kind of thing, you know? humble kind of dude who just appreciates it to the max and just absorbs everything that I can experience, right? And then put it out in my kind of music, you know? All love. You guys, man. We own this. 100.